This slide is going to show you the causes and therapy of seizures. Causes are secondary epilepsy, birth or perinatal injuries, vascular inserts, head trauma or head injury, congenital malformations, metabolic disturbances like, for example, serum sodium or glucose or calcium or uremia. Then the drugs are alcohol, including withdrawal from the barbiturates and other CNS depressants, withdrawal symptoms. Then the neoplasia or cancer of the brain or tumor, brain tumor. Then infections, meningitis and other infections. Then genetic, idiopathic, and in families it runs different epilepsies. Then hypothermia in children, especially, which is called febrile fits. Seizures or convulsions or epilepsy may be partial seizures or generalized seizure. Partial seizures, which may be focal, there is no spread to the whole body, but they are localized to some specific area. Then simple partial or complex partial may be psychomotor. Then generalized seizures, they spread to whole body. Main type is grand mal or tonic-clonic seizures or epilepsy, grand mal epilepsy. Second type is absence seizures or petit mal, where there is no seizures. Then there is a condition status epilepticus, where the seizure activity is uninterrupted, uncontrolled, and this may be life-threatening as a result of respiratory or cardiovascular exhaustion or metabolic or hypoglycemia can cause death. So status epilepticus is a real medical emergency, and one has to treat and one has to interrupt these fits, otherwise patient can die. Even the drug of choice is diazepam or lorazepam. Then you have to put the patient also on phenytoin sodium or phenobarbital, and if not controlled, can be you have to give general anesthesia to stop the fits. This slide shows you the generalized seizures, which involves whole brain including reticular system, so produces abnormal activity throughout both hemispheres. Second, the immediate loss of consciousness is a characteristic of this. Two types. Number one, tonic-clonic seizures or fits or grand mal epilepsy. Second is absence seizures or petit mal epilepsy. Tonic-clonic seizures or grand mal epilepsy, there is initial strong contraction of whole musculature, rigid extensor spasm. The respiration stops during this phase. There may be defecation or micturition may occur. There is excessive salivation. Tonic phase lasts for about 1 minute, followed by clonic phase, in which there is series of violent synchronous jerks which gradually die in 2 to 4 minutes. Patient remains unconscious for a few more minutes and then gradually recovers. Patient feels ill, exhausted and confused. In EEG or electroencephalogram shows continuous high frequency activity in tonic phase and intermittent discharge during clonic phase. Then the characteristics of absence seizure or petit mal epilepsy: more frequent, many seizures per day. Patient abruptly ceases what he was doing, stops speaking in middle of the sentence, stares vacantly for a few seconds with little or no more disturbance. Patient is unaware of his surrounding, recovers abruptly, no after effects. In EEG or electroencephalogram shows typical spikes and wave pattern 2 to 3 per second. Then comes anti-epileptic drugs or anticonvulsant drugs are drugs used in the treatment of epilepsy or convulsions. Classification of anti-epileptic drugs: barbiturates, phenobarbital very commonly used, then hydratines, phenytoin sodium with the trade name of Dilantin, then succinimides, ethosuximide, Zarundin. Next is valproic acid, sodium valproate, Depakine is the trade name. Then comes the benzodiazepines, which are anti-anxiety drugs, diazepam, clonazepam, lorazepam. These benzodiazepines, they are used as anti-epileptic. Aminostilbenes, carbamazepine, artegetol, artegarel, many other trade names. Miscellaneous drugs: carbonic anhydrase inhibitors, acetazolamide. Then the newer anti-epileptic drugs: vigabatrin, gabapentin, lamotrigine, tiagabine, topiramate, zonisamide, felbamate, and many others. Every day the new list is coming and new drugs are coming. This slide shows you the mechanism action of newer drugs, new anti-epileptic drugs. Vigabatrin is a GABA analog and it is an irreversible inhibitor of GABA transaminase, which is metabolizing GABA. So by decreasing the metabolism of GABA, it is going to reduce hyperpolarization and suppresses the transport of GABA, which is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. Next is lamotrigine. It affects the sodium channels, decreases the release of excitatory amino acids, decreases the glutamate release, which is a stimulatory or excitatory neurotransmitter, and plasma half-life of lamotrigine is 24 hours. Then tiagabine, it inhibits GABA reuptake or uptake, so increases the amount of GABA. Topiramate, it blocks the sodium channels, also increases the action of GABA. In refractory cases, weak inhibitor of carbonic anhydrase inhibitors can be used. Gabapentin, which is a GABA agonist on CNS, partial agonist, so this can be used to increase the inhibitory neurotransmitter or the effect of this. Clinical use of anti-epileptic drugs: tonic clonic grand mal epilepsy or seizures. The drugs preferred drugs are carbamazepine or tegretol because of low incidence of side effects, and the other drugs phenytoin sodium, then valproic acid. Use of a single drug is preferred when possible to avoid pharmacokinetic interactions. Newer agents not yet fully assessed include vigabatrin, lamotrigine, gabapentin. In the treatment of partial or focal seizures, the drugs which are used: carbamazepine, valproic acid, clonazepam, or phenytoin sodium are alternatives. In absence seizures or petit mal, the drug of choice is ethosuximide or valproate. Valproate is used when absence seizure coexists with tonic-clonic seizures. Since most other drugs used for tonic-clonic seizures can worsen absence seizure. In case of myoclonic seizures, diazepam intravenously or in absence of accessible, when the vein is not accessible, then you can use diazepam rectally. And in neuropathic pain, like trigeminal neuralgia, diabetic neuralgias, diabetic neuropathies, the drugs can be carbamazepine or tegretol, gabapentin. To stabilize the mood as an alternative to lithium, carbamazepine or valproic acid or valproate, they can be used. Mechanism action of anti-epileptic drugs, important ones. Main mechanism is act mainly by mechanism. Number one, reducing electrical excitability of cell membrane, possibly through blocking of sodium channels. And drugs like phenytoin sodium, carbamazepine, valproic acid or valproate, lamotrigine. Then those drugs which are enhancement of GABA action, or which is inhibitory neurotransmitter, phenobarbital, GABA agonist, progabide, those which are going to decrease or inhibit the GABA transaminase enzyme, vegabatrine, those by inhibiting GABA uptake, tiagabine. The third group is by inhibiting T-type calcium channels, ethosuximide, and next is by acting on different other mechanisms. Phenytoin sodium, main drug, which is we are going to discuss in detail. Mechanism is it acts on sodium channels and binds to sodium channel in its refractory state, prolongs the inactivation state of sodium channels and the relative refractory period. So it blocks the increase in sodium conductance required for action potential. It does not alter first action potential, but it reduces the repetitive action potential. Neurons retain their ability to regenerate or generate action potential at low frequencies operating in physiological states. So don't alter normal brain activity. It also inhibits calcium entry, block high frequency repetitive discharge of action potential. These are the main mechanisms how phenytoin sodium is going to act and to decrease the repetitive discharge from the neurons. This is pharmacokinetics of phenytoin sodium, certain peculiarities. It is well absorbed and absorption is complete after oral administration. 80 to 90% is bound with plasma protein. So the salicylates, phenylbutazone, valproate acid, they inhibit the protein binding. So they increase the concentration of phenytoin when they are co-administered with phenytoin sodium. These drugs also increase the free phenytoin concentration in blood. They increase the hepatic clearance of phenytoin, may enhance or reduce the effect of phenytoin in unpredictable way. So metabolized by hepatic mixed function oxidase system, and they are excreted after glucuronide conjugation in the urine. Phenytoin sodium is a strong enzyme inducer and induces the rate of metabolism of anticoagulants and contraceptives. So one has to be careful. Its own metabolism may be enhanced are competitively inhibited by drugs sharing same hepatic enzymes. Phenobarbital also produces both effects. Its metabolism shows characteristic of saturation. Plasma half-life is 20 hours, increases as the dose is increased. Steady state plasma concentration varies disproportionately, so monitoring should be done and dose should be adjusted. Radioimmunoassay is useful to achieve optimum therapeutic effects. Unwanted or adverse effects or toxicity of phenytoin sodium: mild, there will be vertigo, ataxia, headache, nystagmus. There is no sedation. Diplopia is also seen with phenytoin sodium. At high concentration, there will be confusion, intellectual deterioration, which is acute and reversible. There is hyperplasia or gingival hyperplasia, very marked and very important, gingivitis, and then hirsutism in female, hirsutism due to increased androgen secretions. Also there is coarsening of the facial features, megaloblastic anemia due to disorder of folate metabolism, low folate levels. Then it can also cause osteomalacia due to decreased calcium absorption from the intestine and altered metabolism of vitamin D. Hypersensitivity reaction like skin rashes, fetal Heidenreich syndrome, fetal malformation in epileptic mothers, which is presented with cleft palate, hair lip, cardiac abnormalities. These are the fetal Heidenreich syndrome. So when the mother is taking the phenytoin sodium, you have to tell the patient all these possibilities. As far as the treatment with phenytoin sodium is concerned and other drugs, mono-drug therapy is preferable to poly-drug therapy because of the lower incidence of adverse effects, avoiding of important drug interactions like the phenylbutazone, sulfonamides, benzodiazepine and anticoagulants. All these drugs, they displace phenytoin sodium from plasma proteins. Secondly, in uremia, a protein binding inhibitor is produced which displaces phenytoin from its plasma protein binding. Likewise, important interaction is phenytoin has affinity for thyroid binding globulins, so it interferes with the thyroid function test. Then also phenytoin causes enzyme induction and causes increase in metabolism of certain drugs and its own metabolism like corticosteroids and oral contraceptives. The phenobarbital and carbamazepine increases the metabolism of phenytoin sodium by inducing hepatic microsomal enzymes, while isoniazid inhibits the metabolism of phenytoin sodium. So these are important drug interaction one should try to. When you are using with these drugs, you have to adjust the dose of phenytoin. In monotherapy drug, lower medication costs. Success with monodrug therapy depends on correct seizure classification and diagnosis, appropriate drug choice for seizures or fits, optimal drug administration and serum monitoring. So this is how monodrug therapy is preferable to polydrug therapy. The pharmacological actions of phenytoin sodium, mainly CNS related. It is effective in electrically induced convulsions in animals, ineffective in leptazole induced convulsions in animals. It suppresses the focus of seizure activity. It also reduces the spread to other parts. There is complete remission of grand mal epilepsy and certain types of partial seizures or epilepsy. No action against petit mal, which may get worsened when you are using phenytoin sodium. In CVS, this phenytoin acts as antiarrhythmic drug like lignocaine. Also, it is a strong enzyme inducer. So these are the main pharmacological actions of phenytoin sodium. And drug interactions of anti-epileptic drugs. Phenytoin sodium, when it is combined with primidone, valproic acid, clonazepam, carbamazepine, phenobarbital, aspirin, antibiotics, anticoagulants, INH, cimetidine and contraceptives, phenytoin is going to change the metabolism, as well as some of these drugs like cimetidine and INH, they are going to decrease the metabolism of phenytoin sodium. So they are having important drug interaction with these drugs. Likewise, carbamazepine, when it is used, it is going to affect the metabolism of phenobarbital and phenytoin sodium. Likewise, valproic acid, when it is used as anti-epileptic drug, it is going to affect the other anti-epileptic drugs like clonazepam, phenobarbital and phenytoin sodium. So one has to be very careful when you are dealing with a patient of epilepsy, because they have to use the drug for maybe for years. So the important drug interaction, they should be kept in mind to adjust the dose of these drugs. This is the mechanism of action of carbamazepine or tegretol. Action resembles phenytoin sodium, acts on voltage dependent sodium channels and affects membrane excitability. Particularly effective in complex partial seizures, also used in trigeminal neuralgia. The plasma half-life is 30 hours. It's a strong enzyme inducer. This is the mechanism action of valproate, sodium valproate. Significant increase in GABA content. The turnover of GABA is reduced. Weak inhibitor of two enzymes, GABA transaminase and succinic semialdehyde dehydrogenase. So that increases the amount of GABA. Through blocking of sodium channels like phenytoin has direct effect on membrane excitability. So these are two main mechanisms, mainly by GABA, increasing the GABA contents by decreasing the metabolism by inhibiting the two enzymes, GABA transaminase and succinate dehydrogenase. Secondly, has got like phenytoin sodium effect on the sodium channels. This slide shows you the treatment of status epilepticus in adults. It's a status epilepticus is a neurological emergency. It's a life-threatening. There is a generalized tonic-clonic seizure, where if uninterrupted proves fatal due to shock or cardiac arrhythmias or hypoglycemia. So one has to give these medication by intravenous route. The drug of choice is initially you start with diazepam, intravenously the 5 to 10 milligram, and then the rate may be afterward 1 to 2 milligram per minute, and you can repeat, because if the drug will be effective for 20 to 30 minutes, then you have to repeat after 20 to 30 minutes 5 to 10 milligram every 20-30 minutes. You can also give lorazepam 2 to 6 milligram, 1 milligram per minute is the rate. You have to repeat after 20-30 minutes. Then you have to put the patient on other anti-epileptic drugs like phenadine intravenously, 15 to 20 milligram per kilogram body weight, then 30 to 50 milligram per minute rate, and then you can give 100 to 150 milligram every 30 minutes. You can also use phenobarbital intravenously. If the fits they are not controlled, 10 to 20 milligram per kilogram body weight, and 120 to 240 milligram every 20 minutes. This is how you have to control. But if all these measures they fail, then you have to give general anesthesia to put the patient free from the fits. Otherwise, he can have the fatal outcome due to shock or cardiac arrhythmias or hypoglycemia. So you have to save the life of the patient by using general anesthesia. When you are using these drugs for the treatment of epilepsy, then there are problem of withdrawal, because especially with the phenobarbital or benzodiazepine, you have to after weeks or months you have to taper off the drugs, because if you stop the drug, the patient can have severe fits. So you have to. Secondly, there is a possibility of teratogenicity, especially with phenadine sodium and other drugs when the mother is pregnant, and then also drug interaction, especially of the CNS depressant drugs like antihistamines, alcohol, narcotic analgesics. So you have to be careful when you are putting the patient on these drugs, anti-epileptic drugs. So these one has to be careful in the management of epilepsy. So that completes the treatment of fits, anti-epileptic drugs.